You're listening to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. Comics, television, movies, and more. If it impacts fan culture, we have something to say about it. And now, your hosts, Michael, Jordan, Cliff, and Seth.
Hey, thanks for returning to Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast. We're happy to have you. My name is Jordan Lowe.
I'm Cliff Barnes.
I'm Seth.
That's
Welcome
my
back,
cat.
guys. You got... Is it your cat playing the radio very loud?
No, that's my daughter's playing the radio, but the cat is making noises also.
Okay.
We have to deal with
Well,
it.
if you are a patron of Ka-Pow, the pop culture podcast, you can see this amazing Zoom call as we record it on YouTube, a private YouTube page.
Sort of.
Is that correct?
No.
A link, private link?
Yes.
There we go. So $1 a month gets you access to the video of this call. Who knows what you'll see in the background? Cats might fly through. Cliff might be at the Magic Kingdom. We don't even we're on Zoom. We don't know where each other is in the world. All right, that is a sales pitch. So whatever.
Yeah.
Become a patron and you
Don't
get
worry about
access. Thanks, guys.
Not big.
All right. As we record today, we're just getting right into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we had the first Marvel Studios thing in over a year just dropped today as we record. WandaVision. First 2 episodes are now on Disney Plus.
Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time.
Wanda and Vision, aren't we a 5-pair?
This is our home now. I want us to fit in.
Oh, this is gonna be a gas!
Where did you two move from? How long have you been married? And why don't you have children yet?
Our story.
I think what my wife means to say is that we moved from...
Moved from where? Married when? Damn it, why?
Oh, Arthur, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Deep in the dark, your kiss will thrill
Is this really happening?
like days of old, lighting the spark of love that fills me with dreams of hope.
Am I dead?
No. Why would you think that?
Because you are.
Each day I pray for evening just to be.
We are an unusual couple, you know.
Oh, I don't think that was ever in question.
So who stayed up till 3 a.m. when it premiered?
I was
to
up
watch
till
it.
3 a.m. We're at work. I was up. Hell, I didn't go to bed till 4:30 this afternoon, but I
Wow.
watched it when I got home from work this morning.
Yeah.
So we'd seen some footage, we'd heard some descriptions of it. It was weird, but I was expecting that going in, so I wasn't thrown for too much of a loop. It was kind of somewhere along the lines I expected. I kind of expected a little more something else, like a few more teases to what was actually going on, or a few
It's
more
pretty
nuggets
much-
of something. But it was basically a straight sitcom almost. The first 2.
There's a little bit in there. It's almost exactly what I expected. It's like it's only the first 2 episodes, and they're wanting to do that sitcom thing, and with little hints that there's something wrong, something going on. So, yeah.
And it was probably smart to do 2. I don't know.
I thought they were going to do 3 because I had heard that a bunch of, the press had got to watch 3 episodes.
Yeah, the review I read, they had seen 3, and they said 3 is where they're like, we're going to dance around spoilers and try not to say anything, but 3 is where basically something happens. So
I don't even know. I haven't heard anything past 2. So
yeah, they said the first 2 were sitcom. It said the third, what did the review say? The third ends as a superpowered mystery, a vaguely horror flavored take on a Marvel movie. So we're gonna with the third one. I think we're gonna start to head toward an explanation of some sort.
Okay. Well, we're not talking about that, but we're gonna spoil the first 2 episodes. I don't know anything past that.
Next week, are we getting 1 episode, or are they gonna do 2 at a time? We don't know.
I don't know.
Probably 1. I would say 1 a week after this.
Okay.
I think they decided why would they not do this? Mandalorian worked out great.
Oh yeah.
Get back to this. Let's be the topic of conversation for many weeks rather than stuff it down everybody's throat.
Everybody watches it in 2 days and they're done with it. Yeah.
Yeah, this didn't have the universal reaction the Mandalorian did, though. I saw a few very bewildered people calling
Bewitched? Were they bewitched?
They were bewitched and bewildered.
Yeah, this is a totally different. We've not seen. This is Kevin Feige doing TV. This is the first shot at that, because any TV type things we've had so far of what was that? It was the Jeff Loeb Netflix Marvel stuff. That's Marvel TV. That's not what this is. This is Marvel production or whatever.
Yeah, proper MCU.
And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Inhumans, Runaways.
Yeah.
You know, there've been stuff that they're in the universe. They would hint at stuff, or it was tied in, but it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't.
I will say that these 2 episodes that was what was missing. Was nobody pushed a truck down a hole.
They put a helicopter in a bush.
That's true.
So let's just the first episode was a very Dick Van Dyke show. They had the house, they came in. Yeah, he phases through the ottoman instead of tripping over it.
If you haven't figured out by now, we love old TV. So this
sitcoms
right up our
are
alley.
My bread and butter. So yeah.
So, yeah, the house was laid out exactly like the Petries, from where the kitchen door was. Everything was. It wasn't a complete ripoff, but it was situated exactly the same.
Right. Yeah, and I like both of them are the perfect. This is the perfect idea for them. They both those actors can pull that off perfectly. Like he is totally capable of being a Dick Van Dyke type character, and she is a Lori Petrie. It's great. Like, they're great at that.
It definitely nailed the cadence of how sitcom characters talk, and they react to each other, and like that kind of the audience going ooh, and like it nailed all those beats. Really, it was a good episode of a sitcom, if that's all it was.
Yeah.
If you said here's a show from the 60s I've never heard of before, like I would think it fit right along in there without the a few touches.
Yeah, and the mix of being able to do that and keep all the Marvel, all the references to who they are, and it and the weirdness to it, keep it at that heightened. It's still ridiculous, what sitcom plots are anyway, but also that layer on fact over top of that, like what is happening? Why are they doing this? Yeah, it was good. So what was the plot of the first one? He got up. They didn't know there's a date on the calendar. There's a heart on it. That's today. Neither of them wants to admit they can't remember what is special about this day. It's a heart, so it must be something to do with them, and their love, and they're trying to figure it out, and he has to go to work. And so it's a Frasier episode. Misunderstandings. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I have to admit that I don't know the actor's name, but could they have got a more Alan Brady guy? I mean, didn't that guy just so remind you of that? That was perfect.
Yeah, it was good casting. And even having, I don't know her name, the mom from that 70s show on there.
Yeah. She was acted very odd, but it was all that. It was all by design, I'm sure.
Right.
But he went to work, and he does computer work, and he's like, what do we even do? What do we even do here? almost like whoever is creating this world has not filled in those blanks.
Yeah, it's just the surface.
Yeah, right.
So yeah,
Then the boss is coming over for dinner. Like, what sitcom has not done that?
Yeah, Mr. Hart or whatever his name is. Yeah. Oh, that's what it is. But he doesn't want it. You know, he calls her, and they still don't figure out the misunderstanding, and she's getting advice from Catherine Hahn, the neighbor, telling her, how to basically seduce your husband and all that, and which the Catherine Hahn character is, we don't know what's going on, is she good? Is she bad? In this overarching plot here, what is she doing there?
We know her husband Ralph is an idiot.
True. Yeah. So whatever. Yeah, they come home for dinner, and she's not ready. She's in the kitchen. There's magic. She has to freaking get pots and pans out and all that ridiculousness, and he has to sing yakety yak. I was like, what is this? Is so much.
And even that whole thing of like, oh, it's a Sokovian tradition. That was like, that reminded me of
that is
Perfect Strangers type thing.
Yeah, he said that dress is so Sokovian. I was like, oh my God.
The only thing that bothered me was they really phased out her accent. I feel like from her first appearance in the movies, just every time she shows up, it's a little bit more American.
They did the stutter horror thing. That was just for one movie. That was it. But they had commercials. They had two weird commercials in the middle. They had the Stark toaster that sounded like a bomb. And there's so many things that I feel like are going to make sense later. Even though that kind of makes you, you can still read into that. It's like Stark makes toasters, but they also make weapons and a lot of problems. So, and those people were in both the commercials. Was that in the next episode, or was it in this? I can't keep track of. But there was it was the next episode. They had another commercial, I guess.
Yeah, they had one. I think one each episode. Yeah.
But it was the same people in the other one. But anyway, we got to basically the climax was Alan Brady's or Mr. Hart's choking on his food, but at a very a thin point in this reality that is here. They're being questioned about their relationship, how long they've been together, things like that. And they're having to try to answer these questions that they can't answer. And then all of a sudden this guy's choking and they're able to move on. So that, maybe if they hadn't been asking so many questions, would have choked on his meat. Seriously, and then what's her name from 70s show starts going, stop that. Yeah. And it's like, okay, this is almost like whoever, I don't know who that they're supposed to be talking to. Like, is there someone out there running this? Is it supposed to be Wanda that's supposed to stop it, or
I saw somebody in a comment section call her a character's name that wasn't Mrs. Hart. I was like, wait, has that been revealed? And like somebody called him out. I'm like, oh no, I'm just assuming that's who it is. So I have no idea, but the person they said made sense in the comic book world that she might be some deeper character, but the show has given there's no way to know that.
Her? I would think that I could think Catherine Hahn could be somebody else, but I don't even know if we'll see that character again.
Well, she was in the audience at the magic show in the second episode.
Oh, so that's right. Okay.
She's still around.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, at this point,
I want to know who the heck.
Yeah, at this point, I feel like any little detail could possibly tie in somewhere down the road.
Anyway, so she tells the Vision. She kind of comes to like, okay, we do have to do something. Vision, save him basically, and he gets down and pulls the meat out, which I did not that was very weird. Like, how do you pull the meat out through his neck? It's like wouldn't the meat still had to go out the freaking mouth? Okay. Anyway. But immediately the guy's like, well, time to go. Just like totally brush that off. That never happened. But they still kept the premise of the sitcom. Like, she's like, the Miss Hart still like puts her hands over her eyes and keeps that joke up from earlier, and the lobsters on the door that
was a good joke. That lobster on the door was a solid sight gag. That was great.
It was exactly a Bewitched moment,
Yeah.
I was like, yes, which I thought was weird because this was like the Dick Van Dyke episode, and Bewitched was the next one. But feels like there's way more, a lot of magic in this one too. But that's her deal. She's magic. Anyway, what is that? How did it end? Oh, they like kiss or whatever, and they back out, and we see that they are on a little screen, but they're in somebody's watching them. There's, so yeah.
And then 7 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
I thought for sure there was going to be some post-credit scene. Like, there was still a third of the bar on the counter to go. And I was like, why are there this many? There's not this many credits in Endgame.
The credits were I think they were different the second episode a little bit. But
no, I think there were still 5 minutes in the second episode too. It was just they ran everything in English, and then they ran it in like
every
Japanese,
language.
And
there was separate credits. There was like the color credits with all the digital effects and stuff that are like showing little hinty things that and then there's all the credits of just different languages. Totally unnecessary. I don't have a grasp on what the heck that's about. But yeah, I know that the credits were a little different in the color part because there was like a house and stuff in the second episode. It looked like a a big like Griswold or Home Alone type house that was like in color that like busts in and things. Anyway, I don't know what to make of any of that.
Right.
And the second episode was, it was it felt like a Bewitched house.
It was
the Bewitched right off the bat. The credits are different. Their outfits are a little bit more modern. So like we're moving forward in sitcom history. And then all of a sudden the house looks exactly like the house from Bewitched instead of the house from Dick Van Dyke. And he dresses it's a little more late 60s fashion than early 60s. So then you start piecing things together like, oh, is that what we're doing? We're traveling, we're spanning time across the history of
sitcom.
Span
time. Act like you like me. This was a little convoluted. Not as tight of a plot. And this one, they're gonna have a magic show. The neighborhood.
We're trying to blend in with the neighborhood. We're the neighborhood weirdos. We got to try to. He's gonna join the neighborhood watch and get in.
Which is meeting at the library or something.
Yeah.
And which is just a setup for him to chew some gum. Get gummed up in his works with the. It was.
That was a cute little animation, though. It felt very, of the time.
So. Yes, it was great.
But yeah, they're going to have a talent show for the children. Whatever that meant. They said it about 15 million times. For the children. Everybody repeat, for the children.
They're definitely leaning on that old 80s thing where she wanted to have, thought she had kids or whatever and didn't. It was all made up. Geez, I don't know. They wheeled out that box. It had like a mind stone in it. And I don't know. This episode was just a mess. He went to the library, got the gum, came back acting a fool. At one point, I don't remember what at one point because so much stuff happened. But when she comes outside, Oh, I know. Remember they're in bed and there's something banging on the window at the beginning of the episode,
Right,
and it's just that tree. But there's no way it's just that tree.
Yeah, it's something.
There's
much
something
more
we're gonna
sinister.
see later. Like somebody was trying to get their attention or something.
Yeah. Well, she found the helicopter out in the bush.
Yeah.
And it was like
and
Iron Man
was in color.
Yeah.
And it had the sword logo on it.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it had the sword. Like it's got to be sword, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Which that same logo was on the guy leader
in
the beekeeper outfit. So
I mean, the first thing I thought of when I saw the beekeeper outfit was AIM.
That's always the joke that those in the comics, and the guys in the yellow outfits with the big hats that they look like they're beekeepers. So.
Right.
In your subconscious, you might.
She's trying to like block that out or whatever, you know. She's always like no, or rewinds or does something, you know. She's doesn't like that. And you know, I'm sure there was a helicopter crash at some point we will see happening or something, you know. But anyway, so sword is involved, which I don't remember exactly what. I think in the comics it was, you know, it's like dealing with sentient worlds, observation, something, and but in the MCU it was like sentient. It wasn't worlds. It was something more about like people, like more focused.
There's been mention of it before. I don't remember.
I thought there was mention of it in
Agents of Shield. Yeah.
Oh, I should have been the only one who watched that.
Exactly.
Maybe there was. Let me check my notes. They're in here somewhere.
Shuffle papers. So anyway, I don't know. They did the magic show, and he's out of his mind. So he's doing things. He's floating up, and she makes a rope. He's phasing the hat through, and she puts mirrors up. And he's picking up the piano, and she makes it look, you know, very two-dimensional.
But was that not the plot of a lot of the Bewitched? Was like, somebody saw me do something crazy. We got to explain why.
Yeah. But
even that whole scene was just adorable. Those two played off against each other really well. Like, he's normally very stuffy, so it's funny to see him acting drunk or whatever the equation would be.
I can't wait. I want more. Like, I'm actually not. I did not watch trailers for this. I know everything I would scroll through, there was constantly trailers starting, and I never watched any of them. So I don't know if the trailers are like it's going to be a bunch of sitcoms all season, because I want sitcoms galore. I want the whole season to be every episode a different sitcom, but I'm guessing that's not the case, but I don't know. But I think they're perfect.
I did watch the trailers, and I still don't know. So, okay. I mean, there's some images I'm waiting to see that they just kind of spoiled, but yeah, I'm not sure what the tone is.
Yeah, go ahead. So she gets pregnant at the end. Did that happen at the beginning of the episode when they pushed the beds together?
Apparently.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. I guess so. I still, you still feel like this is her creation, or her dealing with his death. I honestly don't know, though, because, there's some sword involvement. Are they just watching her, or is somebody helping create this for her to keep her subdued?
That's what I'm kind of hoping against, that she has a bad history in the comics of being the crazy one. She breaks down and she causes trouble and she goes crazy. I want her to be a better character in the film version. So I don't want it to be like, Wanda's too dangerous, we've got to keep her under wraps. I hope it's something different. Yeah. But again, we don't know yet at this point. Because I guess we never even did talk. The last time we saw Vision, he was dead. We don't even know why he's alive now. So did she bring him back? Is he just in her mind? Is he actually still dead?
Is this a way they're going to bring him back? Do they need to bring him back in this? If they can still use him like this, do they really? Do they need to bring him back for real?
So there's still a lot of questions. It's a lot of questions, but I don't really care if they answer. They can just keep next one's going to be a 70s sort of sitcom. We're gonna have she's going to move in with a couple. There'll be Three's Company follies going on.
Oh yeah, I want it. Bring it on. And wow, now I'm excited at the idea of a Three's Company episode of this.
I've been watching. I've been watching a lot of Three's Company.
And then the 80s, he gets the Alex P. Keaton embroidered vest he starts wearing, and he becomes
Don't skip past the roller skating down by the beach. Come on,
Santa Monica Pier, man.
Yeah,
we want that. The LA Zoo. We want
one
the
has got a bun
pose.
in the oven. Misunderstanding.
Don't tell Mr. Furley.
Yeah. More tripping and stuff.
But that's where, go Marvel. Do whatever. Like I said, not everything has to be a superhero show. You can do Marvel comedies. You can do Marvel horror. Every genre is open. So do interesting stuff. That's all.
Yeah. Is this also?
I ask.
Is this going to have some sort of? Is this starting the multiverse stuff? Is it? I mean, obviously, it's going to be it has that feel. It's going to be tied into all the multiverse stuff where the MCU is going. Is but is this a cause of some of that?
Yeah, part of me assumes they wouldn't do something so important on a little show, but that's not really. We don't know how they're operating. These could be massive turning points in the characters. We don't know, but yeah, by the end of this one, we flipped to full color. We're off to a whole nother dimension. So who knows what's going on?
Yeah. All right, you got 3 minutes.
We did not point out the second commercial was the watch.
The watch. The Strucker. I've got time for you or something. Now, you said you watched those recap videos that they had on there. Did they show back the deal with? Wasn't there something with Strucker? Didn't he have to do with the kit, her and Pietro?
He created them, right? They were captors and Struckers,
right?
Hermie or whatever.
So I don't know. There's just that he used the Mind Stone or something to create them or whatever, and that's always been the tie between her and Vision. It's kind of they came from the same thing, and yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious to see what it goes. Only other thing I've heard is I know that they had pulled Kat Dennings and Randall Park are supposed to be in this series. So and occasionally we heard voices talking, and I don't know whether that's those characters or because there was a guy's voice I thought might be Randall Park saying who's doing this, Wanda, or something like that, But because I'm just waiting for them to pop up, but like I said, haven't seen a preview with any of them in it or anything. So I don't know. 1 minute is does Michael, you have 1 minute to solve this problem.
What's the question?
The question is, we have a pro account or something, but it's telling us we have 1 minute and 13 seconds till the toaster blows up. Time's up.
So
I don't know because I haven't gotten into the settings of that because it's on the Ka-Pow account, so I have to go on the back. I just pay it, man.
Cliff can't do anything because he's in Disney World.
All right. Well, let's
see if it kicks us off. Don't log off. Yeah. See if it.
It's going to kick us off.
Yeah, you better sign out now.
You better believe this is going to happen.
Is it showing
You're logging in from the same account we did last time.
Mm-hmm. It didn't bother us last time. I don't know. Go ahead and sign out off of this, and then we'll figure it out.
Sign out. He's telling you to sign out. Not like that. No, Winnie. Don't go.
That's funny.
Ka-Pow, the pop cultured podcast, is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Sounds, music, and clips played during the podcast are property of copyright holders. All original content is property of www.udamwithkpp.com. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and leave a comment. Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podbean, Spotify, and wherever podcasts can be found. You can connect with us through social media on Facebook, YouTube, at the Ka-Pow Podcast on Twitter, or email the show, Ka-Pow, the Pop Cultured Podcast, at gmail.com. If you really want to go the extra mile, please sign up to be a patron through the Podbean app or our website, www.udamwithkpp.com, to receive special content and early access to some episodes. We are grateful to anyone that chooses to contribute, but please know that most of our content will always remain free, so please continue to like, comment, and share. Hold on here. I have a message.
Oh my.
It says, this meeting will end in 10 minutes. Upgrade now to remove a 40-minute time limit.
Oh, it does up here at the top. It says 9:30.
Upgrade? I thought Michael upgraded to Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and I'll work on that.
Oh. Anyway, yes, I agree. They're great. They're perfect for this. Wow, there's two of them.
We got two of him. Hey, Michael, we just got a message that says we need to upgrade to Pro.
Yeah, we got 8 minutes left before we explode, before our toaster goes off.
Any idea?
We still have two of you.
Can you hear us? I don't think you can hear us. Oh, there's one. I just sent a message.
Can you read us?
Oh,
he's gone.
Uh-oh.
Tell me, can you hear us?
Well, let's just wrap up Wanda in the next 6 minutes. And
go ahead.
Did you catch what happened there, Jordan? Did you see?
It
was so great.
Right
as you pushed, I was like, no, not that.
Okay, Cliff, you need to check your phone.
Thank you for calling Zoom Video Communications. For sales, press 1.
Recording
for support, press 2. For billing, press 3.
Quality assurance purposes.
Press star.
Yeah, this is Jerky Boy.
Any entry. Please enter a valid selection. Thank you for calling Zoom Video Communications. For sales, press 1. For support, press 2. For bill, thank you for calling Zoom Support. This call may be recorded for quality and training purposes.
Got that right.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, phone support is temporarily only available to owners and admins of business accounts.
What?
Oh.
For account verification, please enter your 10-digit personal meeting ID or your 9 to 11-digit scheduled meeting ID, followed by the pound sign.
Got that?
Yeah, he's got it. I love this. This is patron content right here.
You entered
7, 2.
Oh, patron.
4.
Everybody need a number.
2, 5.
This is correct. Press 1 to re-enter.
555.
Please enter your 6-digit host key found in your Zoom profile at zoom.us/profile.
I hope she reads out the most embarrassing thing. These hot dot whatever.
Cliff, do you have that?
What is it?
We are unable to find your account based on the information provided. To try again, press 1. For account verification, please enter your 10-digit to 11-digit scheduled meeting ID, followed by the pound sign.
Okay.
496.
Oh, good. Somebody else come on.
That is not a valid entry. Please enter a valid selection.
It says Zoom account number. That's what she asked for, right?
Say it again.
Back to the beginning. You gotta do You gotta do the 10-digit one first.
38.
Then
You entered. If
Yeah.
this is correct, press 1 to re-enter. Please enter your 6-digit host key found in your Zoom profile at zoom.us/profile, followed by the pound sign.
Hold
The
on.
desperation in Cliff's face. Like,
You entered.
I don't see it.
me and Jordan are just like, my hands are tied. You blew it!
It says under profile.
That's what I'm trying to find.
Nick has this VR game where you have to defuse a bomb, and it seems a lot
My
like
God,
this.
it's asking me to log in, Michael.
Or